the protests are still ongoing, and we've never really had protests. Well, it's been a long time since we've had protests of this scope that involve this many different groups of people, and certainly not under the conditions of a pandemic. And so part of, for as much as my work does lean on history, I've also been trying to communicate to my readers that we got to take things on their own terms as well, and that we can't substitute, historical analogies for thinking. We have to think through what is happening right now. Um, Having said that, I do think that we are witnessing combinations to an extent of like previous events. So, although I don't think you can make a direct analogy to 1968, I think you can. There is something of 1967 in this moment, the year that Detroit riots, the year when there was quite a bit of civil unrest around the country around these issues. I think you can look at 1934, which was a year of labor unrest, mass labor unrest, and take lessons from that in terms of how the economic downturn is affecting people's behavior, in terms of how workers in industries like meatpacking, for example, are beginning to take things into their own hands to demand, more protective gear, demand higher wages, that sort of thing. And I think we can look to um, the civil rights era for some guidance on what to make of what's happening with Black Lives Matter. I think at this point, it's difficult to deny that Black Lives Matter is maybe the most significant civil rights movement since the 60s in terms of its impact on public opinion, on lawmakers. It's, really, it's been remarkable to watch. And so, what lessons can we draw from previous periods to try to understand this one? I think is something um, worth thinking through. But at the end of the day, this is new, and I think it's really important to try to understand it on its own terms rather than trying to get some past thing and, overlap